says. If you have a guest suggestion, you should send it to pawsprotv@aol.com.
All that for Blake being here, I'm telling you. Sitting beside me now, of course, a lot of folks might recognize, been on many a times, Gene Foley, the doctor of music. When I say that, you know, helping people get to where they want to go in their careers. That's what you're all about.
Artist development and marketing and promotion. And I know a lot of musicians watch your show. So when a client of mine, Blake Alton here, is a record producer from D.C. He's doing this great contest for
Before we get into
artists.
the contest, I you know, because I want to know, Blake, you know, what's a producer? Today's world's not the same as what it once was.
No,
you know,
as of like a year ago.
Right.
Today, well, I always define the role of a producer as, in the seminars I do and whatnot, bringing together the necessary elements to achieve that band or artist's goal. So for one band, it might be finding a fantastic fiddle player to play a solo or whatever, and for another band, it might be saying, sing it again, get it right.
Right.
So that's kind of how I look at it. And in this era now for producers, the problem for bands and finding them is that there's so many producers, because all you need is a business card. And MySpace has 1 million bands. So how do you find a quality producer? And for anything, a quality photographer, whatever it is. How do you go about doing that? So I know you address this in your book, Gene.
Yeah, and that's important, you know, as far as if bands, because there's a lot of bands out here. Right. But to get, as you've directed in your book there, to get to where you really want to go with a band, you really need to go through the steps and get proper promotions, proper everything.
And it all starts with the producer, you know, finding the right songs and then the right producer to capture what's in your head onto tape.
Yeah,
and then turn it over to me.
But you guys got a great deal going, Blake. You put together this contest.
Yes.
Explain that a little bit.
The free ride contest. Essentially, it was about a year or two ago. I was doing a spot for a company, a car company, and what happened was the graphics company that was doing it. I went to their website. They're called Belief in LA, and they had this wonderful video called Pollinate or Chain Reaction. It talked all about creativity and loving what you're doing versus doing it for a paycheck. And I was like, wow. But usually what I do is I produce a band, and then I hand it over to a paid photographer or whatever. So I thought, what if I could get a bunch of people together that all really wanted to work on this stuff? So I did, and we started the free ride contest. And basically what happens is whoever wins gets produced by me, and if I leave anyone out watching this who's part of the sorry, it's just grown exponentially. In fact, Rain Lee won. Right, she was on this show.
Right.
She came down here, and so it was like you record with me, then you go to Roy Cox Photography, one of the best photographers in the country. Right. Then you work with this guy. I mean, just that prize in itself.
Right.
Was that animation?
Yeah. I mean, we're having a remix done. We're having an entertainment attorney take a look at all the copyrights. We're having all for free, forever. The winner's travel.
Design.
Great. Yeah, graphic design is done.
So you guys taking a band, and if they win the contest,
solo artist, singer-songwriter,
and taking them what it would take to get through Gene's book in in a short period of time.
We're all great people that are all donating their services to the winner, where they get recorded, photographed, graphic design, marketed, promoted, advised, everything, all for free.
Well, and the reason we did that, because now, as you say in your book, the artist has to be everything, because the label's certainly not going to do it these days. They're not signing anybody. Right. So we thought, maybe there's a new way we can do this. And
yeah, because that's what's the industry's changed, as we all know. I mean, the record labels today, you got to go to a record label and say, hey, I've got 60,000 sold already, and then they might look at you.
Exactly. Who can do all that? Who can take great pictures and produce themselves? Who can do all those things the label used to do?
Yeah, so I guess the producer's going to be stepping up and doing, you know, and the best thing to do is buy Gene's book.
Yeah,
I like that idea.
But the thing about it is all the artists that I know that I've talked to, Gene, I mean, they come through here and they just bow over for you. I mean, you've helped them so much with just, you know, not only your book, but your personal advice and stuff. Yeah. I've never seen anything like it. Like these guys, they came down and said, oh, yeah, by the way, Gene said to tell you hi. I said, well, he's going to be here shortly. And then their whole attitude changed. Gene's coming, all right, you know. So
no, I appreciate it. You know, I was on the other side of the desk for a long time as an artist, and I knew what it was like to have no one to turn to for either it was bad advice or no advice. And I when I started Foley Entertainment in 1989, I wanted it to be a place where people could come, get trusted advice, you know, someone who cares about them, someone who treats them like, you know, they matter, not just like another paycheck, like Blake said. I work with people who I want to work with, Can't work with everyone that rings the doorbell, but the ones I do, as anyone that's come through the show will tell you, I'm there for them and I work hard for them, and that's why Blake and I have hit it off. He's the same way. He doesn't just make a record because someone has a check. He makes a record because he believes he could help them and he enjoys their music.
And I'm fortunate enough that I'm at that point in my career where I can pick and choose a little bit.
Yeah, which we all like doing.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
But just promoting the bands today is completely different. Producing now, you take them into a sound and lay it down, I guess.
Whatever it calls for. If it's a solo artist, for instance, if it's hip hop, you don't need a 2,000 square foot tracking studio for drums. That'd be a waste of money. So let's do it in a smaller place. But if you are recording, which I have done, if you are recording string quartets, now you might need a more hi-fi place to get the proper sound, better microphones, what have you.
Right. So you lay it all out for them and then kind of guide them through it.
Right. Usually Gene will come to us and we'll have a plan of sort of a sound we're looking for. But a lot of people like to have their sound on a record, their producer, that big wall of sound or whatever it is. I prefer to take the artist and produce them, take what they've got, and bring them up.
Because a producer can make you or break you as well. A good producer.
Absolutely.
I mean, doing it right is
and that's where it
important.
goes wrong. Some producers, they produce on their own ego, where they want a certain distinct sound that as soon as you hear a record, oh, so-and-so did that.
Right.
Where, in my opinion, a great producer lets the band be themselves. They're there for guidance and some motivation and encouragement. But at the end of the day, it's their record. In this case, it's a Westgate record, not another Blake record. Even though he's there behind the scenes or whatever.
So you mentioned their name; they're all standing up. They're ready to come.
They're ready to rock.
Yeah.
They're ready to rock.
And that's going to come your way right after this. But I want to thank you so much for Blake.
The contest.
MySpace.com/freeride-contest.
Okay, so there you go.
Join us. It's a great contest.
You're
Sign up.
always great to come down. I appreciate it. And
Thank you.
We got some exciting news we'll be announcing there in weeks to come too. So Blake, you'll definitely want to be a part of that, I'm sure.
I'll be here.
And right now we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Westgate's coming your way. Don't go anywhere.